Welcome to another episode of the Audio Critics, and I'm Philip, the Punisher Collins. Thank you for tuning in, and it's been a while since I've seen you guys one-on-one. I'm here to review Birds of Prey and the Emancipation of One Harley Quinn. And with that being said, I do feel like this is more of a Harley Quinn movie. I'm just starting off with that. With that being said, let's just cut the bullshit and let's get into this review. So, entertainment. Well, let me tell you, start off alright, the reason why it took me so long I wouldn't say it took me so long to do this review, but, sitting there thinking about this movie. And there's some things I have some problems with this. No more than Suicide Squad or anything like that. But my problem is maybe there's an unreliable person telling the story, and maybe that's what they're going for. I don't know. But Harley Quinn, she's like, I'm telling the story all wrong, blah, 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 and then she goes back a week. I just say, I think when them going back and forth, kind of ruins the pace of this movie. So as far as it be entertaining, if they told it from the very beginning, it might, or at least less backflashes of who people are, and gave you kind of an idea who they were from the beginning. But then at the same time, Harley Quinn is like, oh, wonder why this person's after me, wonder why that person's after me. What it did show me is the more bridges you burn, or the more people you burn, it's eventually going to come back and bite you in the ass. That's what this movie pretty much tells me. As far as entertainment, the fight scenes were alright. They're pretty cool, especially the choreography and all that. But, it wasn't no Avengers. I feel like that's what DC has a problem with, is their fight scenes. Which, the good thing about this one, or Suicide Squad and all that, is all the characters are realistic and they're fighting the characters on screen. They're not CGI characters. So I will give them that. That was a good plus compared to the other DC movies that's come out recently. But I don't think it was enough to really say that it was entertaining, because the fights were kind of few and far between. I'm not saying that's what this movie needs, but you lead up to your fights and all that. When you get to the final fight, it kind of felt, not saying forced or nothing like that, but it was kind of, let's see, it kind of reminded me of the Mortal Kombat movie. Not saying it wasn't impressive, but it also wasn't the best fighting movie I've seen, especially an action movie. So with that, I'll give it a 3.25 for entertainment. Now for longevity, Harley Quinn has a special place in people's hearts. It looks like. Obviously because, one, they didn't want to keep going with Jared Leto's Joker, which I don't blame them, especially after seeing the Joker that did come out with Joaquin Phoenix. But I am interested. I don't know yet if is going to be in Suicide Squad 2, but if she is, I'm interested in seeing where maybe this movie ties in, or if they're going to even do a second Birds of Prey. So if they don't do a second one, then I feel like the longevity of this one isn't going to be that long. It's just going to be another DC movie that just struck out. So, but for me, am I going to watch this movie again? Maybe a couple times, but it's not one of those movies I feel like I'm going to have to watch every year or anything like that, especially because it loosely is tied into Suicide Squad. And they make a couple references to Suicide Squad and all that. But Suicide Squad wasn't the best movie, so, I don't know if you really want to be attached to that movie. I don't know. I'm not you guys who, maybe you guys have more feel for that movie in this movie if you see it. So for me, though, for longevity, I'm going to give it a 3. It's kind of like in the middle. You know, you're gonna get some people, especially people who's more DC fans than Marvel, and this is one of the movies that probably would watch, especially female empowerment and all that fun shit. But for does it fit the genre? I mean, here's my problem, and this will be a little spoiler that. You know what I'm saying, before I get into the spoilers. But they don't really like hook up as a team until like the last 20 minutes of the movie. And that's where I have a problem with this movie being called Birds of Prey. Yeah, it sets up for the next one. But really, this was just a Harley Quinn movie. And how she got to where she was. And these other characters, the side characters. You know, it's not like the Avengers or well... That's what I had to go off of. But Avengers also made their own movies like Thor and Iron Man, Captain America, Ant-Man, Spider-Man, but they used their names. And I feel like with this one, it should have just been a Harley Quinn movie. And then you set up Birds of Prey at the end of the movie and have your little nod. Kind of like Samuel Jackson at the end of Iron Man, when he was like the Avengers Initiative. That would have been a better title to this movie, and I probably would have liked it more if I knew, like, because I expected them like halfway through the movie to kind of work together. So that's a fifth of genre. Yeah, it's an action movie, but it's not really a superhero movie to me, because. Not saying like anyone really have powers or anything like that, but or if that makes a difference, but it's just Suicide Squad. You know, you had somebody who was good with boomerangs and shooting. You had a crocodile guy. You know, compared to this one, you know, which I'll tell you know, wasn't anything that, you know, it was just like an over-the-top action movie with some people with different personalities. So does it fit the genre? Only in the action part, but not in the superhero part. I mean, I know Harley Quinn's not a good person or anything like that, but, you know, Birds of Prey. And that's where I feel like I said they fucked up. It should have just been the Harley Quinn movie or some other title that involves Harley Quinn. And I probably would have given it a higher rating if it doesn't fit the genre. So I'm going to give this a 3 for fitting the genre. Just because it fits in the action, but only a smidge fits it for the superhero or the not super. Like I said, superhero is the wrong term. But in that field, you know, of the DC or the Suicide Squad kind of field. Well, with that being said, I'm going to do a special another level, because as you guys know, if you've been watching recently, I haven't really done that much singing. So I picked a song, kind of, you know, not saying like this is totally how I feel, but, you know, watching this thing grow, and, you know, all I was like, and not saying I want this to go faster or nothing like that. No, I'm not saying that at all. But I need you guys to like, share, subscribe for this to go any further. You know, because I'm getting to that roadblock mentally, going on a year, and I don't have 100 subscribers yet. So remember, I'm trying to get to 100 by the end of April. Nope, that's my first one. But if I can get it by the end of May, I'll still be fine with that, because that's the end of 1 year. Because at least I can say out 100 in a year. So I need you guys to help support this channel and put comments, put likes, you know, tell me what you want. Because if you don't tell me what you want, how can I change anything? You know, like I know what I want to change, but you guys have to let me know as well. Anyways, my song, surprisingly, is by Tenacious D. And the song is called Baby. I can't get to sleep tonight, no matter how hard I try. 'Cause it's cold and it's dark, and the wind is a-whistling, and I can't seem to put out the light. Mama's been searching for baby, but baby's been trying to get home. 'Cause it's cold and it's dark, and the moon cannot light the way. And daddy's gone, bye-bye. I'm just a baby. Thank you. Anyways, another level. Let's get into some spoilers. So, I mean, the way it starts off, I do like how she's like, me and Mr. J broke up, and I give it Margaret Robbie, like, because knowing that she's from Australia and she's doing a New York accent and all that, like, I give her, like, the acting. I didn't say nothing wrong about the acting. Like, I feel like her, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, the others, from Canary to the little pickpocket girl to the cop to Ian McGregor, were great. Only problem I had with Ian McGregor is I felt like he was more menacing without the mask. Like, he did more fucked up shit. But once he put the mask on, he was, to me, he kind of acted like a little bitch. Like, not to get towards the end of the movie, but my problem was, like, he didn't do shit. Like, he tried to shoot one person, that didn't work, and then he kidnapped a little girl. Nothing else really happened while he had the mask on. So I feel like you spend all this time to him to be Black Mask, and he didn't do shit. That's the only problem. Now, the other thing I'm wondering is who gave who the job? Because, in case you didn't know, Ian McGregor was married. All of a sudden, Mary Elizabeth Winstead and Ian McGregor did the show Fargo. Okay? Well, they started being romantic together because Ian McGregor is his marriage. They get a divorce. Mary Elizabeth Winstead and Ian McGregor starts dating. Coincidence that both of them in this movie? I feel like maybe they were like, oh, I wonder who, blah, 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 and then the other person, oh, you should pick this person. I'm not saying that's 100% of what went on, but I feel like that's what happened. But both of them were good choices, but I feel like if they weren't dating, Mary Elizabeth Winstead or Ian McGregor wouldn't have been in this movie. That's just me. But okay, like I was saying, you have a unreliable source telling the story. So it's Harley Quinn, and this is the problem I have. Like, she's telling the story, and she tells a little bit about herself. You get into it. But when it came to Mary Elizabeth Winstead's character, Huntress, you didn't find anything about her until the last 30 minutes of the movie, like who she was or anything like that. And I felt like, so you guys really don't give a fuck about this character, even though Huntress was honestly pretty entertaining. Way she was like she was good at killing, but she wasn't good at when people were like, "Who are you?" and they were like, "You're the bow and arrow killer," and she's like, "It's a crossbow and a kid, and I'm the Huntress." I thought she was funny in that aspect, but I don't feel like they gave her character enough credit in the movie. I just feel like I said, they're trying to get us diamond off the pickpocket girl because she swallowed it and all this stuff, but honestly, I don't see why. I see why Canary and the little pickpocket girl lived in the same area, and she was kind of watching after her, and so I understand where they're coming with why she helped. But I really don't understand. The cop is going to help because she's a cop and she's not dirty. I get that. But Harley Quinn, Besides the fact that she had a hit list on her back, like, why would she try to save this little girl until she decides, well, you know, it's just business. I gotta do what I gotta do. I don't understand why they decided to, you know, work together at the end. That's our problem with this movie being called Birds of Prey. Besides the fact that Ian McGregor's character, Black Mask, was just an asshole. That's only. But how he played it, like let me tell you, the first scene of Ian McGregor, besides the part when she broke the driver's legs, when he told them to cut off the guy's face, and then he told him because they had 3 people hanging upside down. It was this father, the mother, and the daughter. They skinned the guy's face, and then they cut the mom's throat, and they were going to let the little girl go. Well, not little girl, like she was about like somewhere between 16 to 21. Let's just say somewhere around there. And they were going to let her go, and all of a sudden she had a snot bubble come out of her nose. And Ian McGregor's like, ugh, snot bubble, fuck it. I'll change my mind. Kill her, skin her face. I was like, oh shit, like this guy, the way that he's presented, yeah, he's over dramatic and he sees bullshit like that and he just snaps. But when he put on the black mask, he pretty much didn't matter. Like, I felt like he was more menacing without it. And I feel like they wasted him being Black Mask. Like, I feel like they should have just had him as Black Mask the whole time. And, you know, if he had the same personality when he did all that, I feel like it would have been alright of him being Black Mask. But you lead up to him putting the mask on, and he didn't do anything. So, that was a waste. I mean, like I said, it's not like terrible, but I felt like there's a part in the movie where Harley Quinn blows up the Acme thing that Joker and her place, and pretty much saying like they were broken up, and the cop was like, oh, she didn't think this through, and then she's like, fuck no, I didn't think it through. And that's what I feel like about this movie. Like, they didn't think it through. Like, they started like, oh shit, in the script, like, we haven't talked about this character yet. We need to let people know before they join the group of who they are. I just feel like DC, the problem with DC right now is like Batman vs. Superman, Justice League. You don't establish none of your characters besides what the film that they're in at this point, and then nobody gives a fuck anymore. That's the problem I feel about this movie. Like, it should have hinted at them, but maybe they didn't know they were going to do Birds of Prey. I don't know, but I felt like they should have hinted at the characters more before they made the movie, and then we could have had some establishments of who they were. Anyways, I'm just going to end it right here because I'm not trying to spoil too much. Because I do feel like if you like these kind of movies, you should check it out at least, because I feel like that's what it should be, a checked out kind of movie. But I don't feel like it should be your favorite movie in my eyes, unless you know, if you believe in female power, hey, that's up all on you. I'm not saying I don't, but I feel like there's better female powered movies out there than this one. Anyways, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. When it comes to my 1 year video, I'm gonna be on a crossroads, and I'm gonna talk about, you know, the future, and so hopefully we have 100 people by then. That's my goal. So don't forget to, like I said, like, share, subscribe. Especially subscribe, tell your friends. You know, tie them up until they subscribe. Whatever you gotta do. Hang them upside down. Threaten to peel their face off. Put a piece of wood in between their toenails and then hit against the wood. You know, some painful shit if you have to get the people to subscribe. But until then, first of all, really quick before I end this, I'm not for sure. Let me know which video you think I should review next. It'll either be Fantasy Island or Sonic. Let me know which one you think I should review, and I'll base it off of that. You know, 1 for Sonic and 2 for Fantasy Island. If you're too lazy to put the name out. Anyways, this has been another episode of the Audio Critics. I'm Philip the Punisher Collins, and you know what I say? Stay classy.